Good afternoon. My name is Corey Haines, and I'm a biologist with Environmental Resources. I figured it would be appropriate for me to touch on some of the complaints or concerns that were brought up today, because I did all of the species surveys, wetland delineation, and pretty much any environmental work that's been done on the project at this point. Some of the things I've heard are a lot of people are concerned about hydrology on the site and how that would change with the clearing of trees. This site would fall under the Georgia EPD's, their general construction permits, which luckily we live in Georgia, which has a very stringent and very clear hydrologic, I guess it would be, regulations that they have to follow under. So when this site's designed, all the water that's leaving the site will be measured. And then when that site is complete, more water cannot leave the site. That's the law. And so the EPD will review this plan once it's shown that it can be designed where more water will not be flowing off the site. And then while during construction, the EPD will be on site conducting inspections. They have the right to do that, and if the company in question is not compliant, it would be shut down. So the fact that water would flood out downstream neighbors, that's just not how our regulations work in the state. Another thing, I think you have some maps of the wetlands. The wetlands will not be impacted. I did that delineation, or it looks like one that I did. Those will be left wooded, most of them are wooded. The streams that are on there will be protected by a buffer. Georgia has a 20-foot vegetative buffer. So the impacts to wetlands and streams are non-existent. Those will filter out water when water runs off the site, so it's actually beneficial for this site to keep those there. And like Stephen touched on earlier, we've been in consultation with the Army Corps, the Georgia DNR, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. We've submitted what surveys we've done: red-cockaded woodpecker, gopher tortoise surveys, and then habitat surveys for any other listed species. And they've responded to our request, and we will work with them going forward on any additional surveys or pre-construction surveys that they deem necessary. One thing that has continued to come up is this property being pristine and so old that if I'm going to come up here and present facts, this property has been impacted pretty heavily by humans at this point. I mean, there's ditching all throughout the property. The trees on the property are loblolly pines, which are not as rare as longleaf, which some people have been bringing up. They're around 56 years old, mainly the big trees that will be harvested. So you just need to look at it that, this property was made that way by silvicultural practices. It's not a pristine area. It was done with the previous owner. They harvested trees that way, and that's the way it looks, the way it does. A lot of the hydrology has been affected, so I just think that's something that needs to be put out there. One thing with regard to, a lot of people are concerned about deer movement. As a hunter, I understand that if you have seen deer coming off of this property for years and years, and that property gets developed, you're going to think that that's going to affect the deer herd. But if you think about the deer itself, the animal, it's the most adaptable animal probably in this region. That's why there's huge deer herds living in the city of Atlanta. Once development happens, deer readily adapt to that. And if the adjoining landowners have good deer habitat, you're still going to have deer, if not more, because any deer that were on the site that's going to be developed will move to your land. If you had the habitat, the deer are going to be there. And one last thing, the entire area is not going to be fenced. There will still be travel lanes throughout the property. Wetlands will not be fenced. And you can see there are large areas of wetlands on the property that will remain forested and will not be fenced in. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Jonathan Wells.